Here I have two strips of visquing tubing, more or less equal lengths. Visquing tubing is a material, it's semi-permeable. It allows small molecules to pass in and out, such as water molecules, but large molecules such as salts, sugars, proteins can't pass through visquing tubing. You can't use visquing tubing when it's fresh like that because it's very difficult to use. So to soften it and allow it to be used, we soak it in water for a little while. Soaking it in water will soften it and allows it to become pliable and flexible so that we can use it. After soaking it, the visquing tubing now becomes much more flexible. We just turn the end of the visquing tubing like so, just to seal it, and we apply a clip. The clip will apply a very tight lock onto it and prevent any liquid coming through. Into the first visquing tubing, we'll put distilled water. So using the syringe to transfer it. Now, we don't completely fill it, we leave room for expansion just in case anything has to happen there. And we seal this end and place a clip on it. The blue clips are on the water, so the blue clips are the water. We now just dry the water off the outside of it very gently, just pat it dry to remove external water. And we weigh it. And we find that it weighs 72 grams. We place it into distilled water and leave it there for between 15 and 30 minutes. We now do the same with a second piece of visquing tubing. We seal it at one end with the red clip this time, and we fill it with sucrose solution. Again, sorry, cut this. Right, so we fill it with sucrose solution. As before, we leave a little space at the top and we seal it and clip it shut. We then dry it, just pat it dry as we did with the first one. And we weigh it, find the mass of it. And we find that it weighs 76 grams. We place the tube containing the sucrose solution into distilled water. And we leave the two of them there between 15 and 30 minutes. To test for the results in the osmosis demonstration, 30 minutes later, we take out the water, the visquing tubing containing the water, and we notice that it doesn't seem to be any fuller. It has no change in turgidity. There's no change in fullness. That's a visual test. To establish that fact that nothing much has happened, water hasn't gone into it, we dry it off, same as we did before, and we reweigh it. And we find that the mass is now 72 grams, as was before, no change. Water has neither gone into the tubing nor out of the tubing, it has stayed the same weight. In the case of the sucrose solution, we notice that the tube now is much more full, it's much more turgid. Water seems to have gone into it, and water has gone, by osmosis, water has passed into the sucrose solution. It is more turgid. Again, to establish the fact, we dry it off as before, just pat it dry, and we find the mass. And we find that the mass is now 84. It was 76 grams, it has now gone to 84. Water has passed into the visquing tubing due to osmosis.